Hello and welcome to your geography class. Within the today's class particularly, although in every class I used to welcome because it is your own class. So today we are going to discuss almost the last topics of a chapter. Remember in the prior class what I have told you, or particularly what I have asked you before ending up or wrapping up the things. I have asked you this: kindly check which is going to be the last topic that we have to discuss in the next class, and this is the next class. So which is that topic? We are going to comprise and discuss these both topics collectively. Distribution of rainfall will be discussed at first, and finally by ending up the chapter's discussion we will discuss the monsoon as a unifying bond. So let's start our today's class with the topic of distribution of rainfall. So distribution of rainfall is not even on the Indian mainland. Responsible reasons are various and that are naturally occurring. There is no human interference within that part. I won't say the human interference is not to be null and void in that part. It does, but in the extreme scarce part. So distribution of rainfall, annual rainfall, and here is the map work of the annual rainfall distribution, and you can consider and understand this map in the terms of distribution of rainfall with the help of this table, as it is given for the rainfall in centimeters. So different shades of blue are shaded on this map that shows from the highest part this to the lowest part that receives the least rainfall on the Indian mainland, and parts that receive the maximum or the least rainfall are parts of western coast and northeast India receives over 400 centimeters rainfall. So maximum, and western Rajasthan, adjoining parts, some parts of Gujarat, Haryana, again not the entire but some parts of Haryana and Punjab, they do receive less than 60 centimeter rainfall within a year. Interior of Deccan Plateau and east of Sahyadris, again the ranges, they do receive equally low rainfall. So extreme less rainfall, because over here we have discussed some parts of Gujarat, Haryana, Punjab and Rajasthan. Western Rajasthan experiences low rainfall, but talking about this certain part, it receives least rainfall to be considered for. A third area of low precipitation is around Leh, because it is the cold region, located at a good means very good altitude, and the rest of the country receives moderate rainfall, neither too high nor too less. Snowfall is restricted to the Himalayan region only. Again, snowfall is either or all types of precipitation itself, and there are certain types of precipitation in the form of liquid, semi-solid and solid state. Then variability in rainfall is high in the regions of low rainfall. So particularly these regions experiences low or very low rainfall. Rajasthan, Gujarat, leeward side of the Western Ghats, windward side of the Western Ghats receive majority rainfall, maximum amount of rainfall, and the leeward side of the Western Ghats receive very low rainfall. High rainfall areas, they do experience flood, and low rainfall experiences droughts. So drought prone areas and flood prone areas are the high and low rainfall receiving areas, as the floods and droughts are shown with the help of these two images over here. I hope it is quite satisfying. So that was all about the distribution part. Now we have to discuss monsoon as a unifying bond. Remember in the previous class, what I've taught you in the previous class was that particularly farmers are the main character to whom monsoon unites, because all means we are talking about each and every state of India mainland, and the farmers falling from those particular states, they do expect a rainfall because they have to do the agriculture. Actually they have to sow the seeds, so they do receive the first fresh rainfall, and as soon as they receive the rainfall they start plowing and sowing, and they start exactly their agricultural practices. But farmers are not the one to whom the monsoon unifies. It unifies the people of India mainland with the help of festivities and other concerns. So that all we are going to discuss now. The Himalayas protect the India subcontinent from extremely cold and dry winds that are coming from Central Asia. I have already discussed with you, and I think more than one or two classes, that Himalayas plays as the role of barriers that doesn't allow the cold winds coming from Central Asia parts, and it doesn't let them enter India mainland. Otherwise, India might not be having these variations of the season. India will be having just the simple, winter season only in the majority part of the year. So this keeps northern India warmer than other regions at the same latitude. But the peninsular plateau has moderate temperature because it is surrounded by water from the three sides. Despite such moderating influences, there are great variations in the temperature conditions. Nevertheless, monsoon's unifying impact on India's subcontinent is clearly evident in various concerns. The Indian landscape shapes physiographic features, biodiversity, diversity of flora and fauna, agricultural practices, people's life and festivals revolve around this phenomena of monsoon. Indians nationwide eagerly await the monsoon each year. For the agriculture part, for the farmers part, we have already discussed. So monsoon winds unify India by supporting agriculture with water. The river valleys which carry this water also unite as a single river valley unit. For example, peninsular rivers. We have discussed the drainage pattern of India, drainage system of India. That was a previous chapter. Over there we have discussed that perennial rivers or the peninsular rivers. Actually, the perennial rivers are the Himalayan rivers. Perennial means that receives water throughout the year. They do give flow of the water throughout the year. We are talking about peninsular rivers, the rivers that particularly flows in the southern part of India. Those rivers are seasonal rivers, as they do receive whatever amount of water they do carry. They do receive major amount of the water within this monsoon season itself. So we are talking about that part over here. That was all about our today's class. It was short and sweet, but yet it was informative. So 1 mark or 2 mark question do comes from this recent topic that we have just completed about the monsoon as a unifying bond. So what we have discussed is about the role of monsoon on India subcontinent and in the lives of Indian citizens. It's the time to recall for this short class. Question number 1. Which region in India receives the highest rainfall over 400 centimeters? So these are the western coast and northeast part of India, and Mausanram lies in the northeast part of India itself. Which part of India receives a snowfall? None other than Himalayan region. Next question is about the peninsular plateau. So why is the peninsular plateau's temperature moderate? Because peninsular part of India is surrounded by water from the three sides due to the influence of the sea on three sides. Lastly, which of the following statements about Indian monsoon is true? So the monsoon winds originate from the Mediterranean Sea. India receives rainfall throughout the year due to the monsoon. No, it doesn't rain throughout the year. The monsoon is crucial, very important for agriculture and river systems in India, because peninsular rivers, they do receive water particularly through this monsoon season itself. So that was all about the entire chapter's discussion. Within the next class, we will discuss the exercise questions. So prepare accordingly. See you soon in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.